Hey, how's it going, everybody? And welcome to another exciting episode of Channel X. It's Saturday. Drink responsibly. I am your host, Tom Dog 247, and as always, I'm Tom Dog all day and Tom Dog all night. Woo, baby, alright. So, got a lot of good stuff going on here today. It's going to be a relatively short episode, but before we get things rolling here, I do apologize for doing this show today instead of Thursday like we're normally supposed to be doing it. Apparently, I ran into some back spasm. I apparently had a back spasm over the weekend. Uh, so, and a lot of other personal issues going on and everything like that, which I can't say. So, everything is okay. I'm fine now. We're all fine now. Thank you. How are you? um, so, so yeah, that's what happened and everything like that. But I'm happy to announce that my back is better and everything. It's still a little sore, but you know what? It's not going to keep me from doing what I have to do, and that's go to my actual job that actually pays something. Sorry, YouTube, but Susie, you're breaking my heart. Anywho, um, start off with the shout outs and all that good shit that we always do each and every week here on the show crammed with tomfoolery as addressed to last week. I'm still laughing about that. That shit is so hilarious. Anywho, we'll talk about that later, a little bit later on. So yeah, where was I? Oh yes, shout outs. Um, Big shout out to my good friend Josh and his podcast, The Absolute Talk with Josh Albert, available on iTunes and the Podbean app. And you can check out his. You can check out his. You can also check out the website at absolutetalk.podbean.com. Definitely worth downloading. You're going to have a lot of fun, and as a matter of fact, I forgot to tell him that I am live. I forgot. Okay, there we go. Okay. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. He has an awesome podcast. Um, Lots of fun. I listen to it, on my downtime and everything, and it's just a wonderful podcast that he does. It's a great feeling and everything. I also check into my guest spot on there and everything. So looking forward to another guest spot in the near future and everything. But definitely worth checking out. It's Absolute Talk with Josh Albert on the Podbean app or on iTunes or on the website absolutetalk.podbean.com. Check it out today. Big shout out to my good friends over at Gaming Pros and Otherwise and Gamer Geeks over on Facebook, where we have a lot of fun and everything like that. And you'll have a lot of fun too if you check it out. And we always have a great time and everything, so definitely worth checking out. And tell them Tom Dog sent you. Big shout out to my good friend Jen. Why? Because it's just Jen. How you doing? Hope everything's okay. And enjoying this wonderful weather and everything like that. Perfect bonfire weather too. So hint hint. I know I gotta do one. I do have to do at least one more bonfire before I pack it all in for the winter, because I gotta winterize my house and everything. I gotta winterize everything. A lot of work to do. So, um, but in the end, it's worth it. So big shout out to my good friend Jen. How you doing? Also, big shout out to my friends David and Marissa. What's up? How you doing? Um, and let's talk about the plugs, not the hair plugs. We all know I don't need them. Loot Crate. If you have not yet subscribed to Loot Crate, you're missing out on some awesome, awesome stuff. I'm actually going to be getting my September crate next week, so just in time for the Venom movie to come out and everything. So I'm looking forward to doing the unboxing before then, because I'm definitely going to go see that Venom movie, because I'm hearing nothing but great things about that, and so I'm sure Tom Hardy will do it justice and everything like that. So that is good. I'm glad they made a perfect pick for that, and from what I understand, there's going to be an after credit scene. So it's not spoiling anything, but it's all I heard. So definitely worth checking out. You don't want to miss that. So yeah. So don't miss out on October's crate, which is Cursed, and so there's going to be a lot of spooky stuff. They always have a great time with that. They always have awesome boxes for that, and you'll be amazed too with what's going to be inside. So you don't want to miss out on that. So go to lootcrate.com today, and you'll be glad you did. Also, check out Funko. They always have wonderful stuff. Subscription boxes and everything like that, from the Marvel Collector Corps, DC Legion of Collectors, Star Wars Smuggler's Bounty, and the ever so popular Disney Treasures. Don't want to miss out on those boxes. They are really, really awesome. And so check it out at funko.com today. Also, Culture Fly, the makers of those wonderful boxes that you can get at Walmart, novelty boxes and everything like that. I did the unboxing for the Super Mario Brothers a few weeks ago. Definitely worth checking out, because it is really, really awesome. You can check it out. Some other stuff too. You can check out their boxes at culturefly.com. You could do so today, and you'll be glad that you did. Also, this episode is brought to you by M&J Video Games and Collectibles. Trade in your old video games and consoles, from retro video games, accessories, and systems. You can also trade in your DVD box sets and Blu-rays. You can also trade in your sports cards and novelty items, as well as wrestling collectibles and autographed items, spanning from sports, wrestling, and actors. And if you happen to be in the Connecticut area and you want to check out more of the wonderful facility that they have here in the Connecticut area, you could do so at the website at mjvideogamesandcollectibles.com. Yes, and I dropped that on the floor. So I do apologize for that. But yeah, and check out the directions and list of events that they have going on. Once again, that website is mjvideogamesandcollectibles.com. You'd be glad that you did. Also, you can, and while you're at it, this episode is brought to you by the She Bean Brewing Factory here in Connecticut, and it's home of the Alpaca Blanca. You can check out their website at shebeanbrewing.com. And it was actually National Beer Day. I was going to do the show, so this would have been perfect. But you can check them out at shebeanbrewing.com, or you can follow them on the social media apps, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or the Untapped app. Download it today, and you'll be glad that you did. Also, got plenty of time to book your next trip to New Jersey from May 17th through the 19th of next year, because the East Coast Comic Con is coming out to the Meadowlands Expo Center in New Jersey. In Meadowlands, New Jersey. It's going to be cosplayers, collectibles, tons of exhibits, guests galore, and of course, tons and tons of comic book artists and writers of your favorite superheroes, from Batman and Iron Man and Wonder Man. I don't know. I'm only kidding. Wonder Woman and the Avengers and the X-Men and Spider-Man and the Justice League. I would love to do my own comic one day. Tom Dog comic book. I don't know. But yeah, definitely worth checking out. And it's at the Meadowlands. It's going to be at the Meadowlands in New Jersey from May 17th, 18th, and the 19th of 2019. So definitely worth checking out. Oh yeah, stupid me, forgot the website. For ticket information and list of guests that are going to be there, you can check them out at eastcoastcomiccon.usa.com. Definitely do so. So, alrighty. Alright. So, how are you today? Yeah, it's gonna be a low-key episode today, because even though there's going to be a lot to talk about, because last week's show was just like absolutely crazy, bonkers, off the wall, crammed with tomfoolery, and I do gotta say that that was actually one of my best shows that I've ever done, and it's not often that happens, but when it happens, it was it was awesome, and I had a blast on that. However, I was on my YouTube, checking out. I always check out my YouTube channel each and every week, or each and every day, I should say, even after I turn off the camera. And funny thing I noticed, there was a lot of people that watched last week's show. However, the episode that's getting a lot of attention lately has been the episode I did 2 weeks ago. Now that's actually pretty interesting. Now I'm not complaining or anything like that. I'm actually impressed that that it is getting some exposure. But it's questioning me. Well, I wonder why that is. So I gotta look back at that episode and find out what was the secret ingredient that doubled the views from last week to this week, because got a lot of views. So we got like 3 dozen views, and that's actually pretty good. It's still it's basically still the most watched episode this year. But the funniest episode I did was the one I did last week. But so far, but the most watched episode was the one I did 2 weeks ago. So for 2 weeks running now. So that's actually pretty cool. And I thank everybody for giving that, for showing that love to that episode. I actually do appreciate that. So, you loyal fans out there, spread the word of the bird. Bird. Because it's the word. But yeah, we did have a good time on that episode as well too. Not saying that we didn't, but yeah, I gotta find out what the secret ingredient is that made that episode so watchable for the second week in a row. So that is really cool. And once again, I thank you all for allowing me to entertain you for a good hour or so, and have a good time, and just having a great time. You have a busy week and everything. You just want to chill and relax and everything like that. So you want to come, tell your friends to check out what this asshole here is doing. So, but but I had to, but I but all seriousness now, thank you from the bottom of my heart for once again making this episode, making that episode um the most watched episode um of this year. So that is really great, and I really do appreciate that. So, once again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. And let's keep up the tally rolling and everything like that. I say this each and every week, and I know, and I'm serious when I say that. You gotta face hug that subscribe button. Don't worry, I'm not leaving. So, I'm not turning off the camera yet, there, Josh. So don't be alarmed. But yeah, just show your love, show your support of the Tom Dog, because and tell YouTube that Tom Dog's got to eat. And I'm not talking about McDonald's or Meatloaf. I'm talking about getting laid. I'm starving for affection. So, but I'm such a, you know, I mean, what's it gonna take? I think I need to get Sarah McLachlan out here and be like, do that "Arms of an Angel" song. Why not? And just have just a photo still of me with a sad puppy dog eyes look. In the arms of an angel. Oh, here we go again. The tomfoolery ensues. Come on. Tom Dog's going bananas. But yeah, but all in serious note, though, it's really great that that episode is actually showing a lot of love. So that is really really cool. But there's other episodes too. Not just that one. I kid. Oh, excuse me. I kid. But definitely was a lot of fun that we had last week, and one of my favorite episodes I did, and so I loved it. I loved it and everything like that, and the things that I said, holy shit! Damn, I have to go back and watch that so that and I actually I actually addressed this on the show last week about how I was laughing so hard that I did hurt my ribs. So that's really saying something, that I'm willing to put physical harm to myself, and for the sake of some views. If that's what it takes, then I'll do it. Just like do random shit and do whatever. But I know a lot of viewers out there can agree that even if they don't put it in the comments section, that how my Tom Dog rants segments have been lackluster since January, and it and I always bullshit myself in each and every movie, and I do apologize for that, because I do want to deliver out more. I do want to deliver out more rant videos, because there is a lot of enjoyment to those videos, and and I just gotta say that ever since that video I did about Logan Paul, um, it took a lot out of me, and I never been so upset about um about somebody who did something inappropriate where it really affected a lot of people. And I'm a very emotional guy, especially those who know me very well. And I'm a sensitive man. I really am. Hell, even at age 40, I'm very sensitive. And it's just that, you know, when with me battling depression and everything like that, and it's sad to see a lot of people struggle the same way I do and everything like that, and it's just very, very tough, and a lot of times a lot of people just don't understand. And and it's sad to hear when somebody you know or love, or somebody famous that you grew up with through your childhood and everything like that, commit suicide and everything. It's sad, and so when I did that video, it was it was from the heart. And and I will never forgive, you know I will never forgive Logan Paul for that. To the day I die, that I will never ever forgive Logan Paul. And with that boxing match that he had with I think it was KSI or something like. I do apologize if I got the name wrong. You know, and the match ended in a draw. It should have been. Personally, I wanted Logan Paul to lose, and lose in a really bad way. Um, but there's gonna, from what I understand, I heard that there's going to be a rematch and everything like that, and and I still hope that he gets knocked out, gets knocked the fuck out, and it's just you know I don't know, but it's one of those things that you know joking about suicide is something that you can never ever forgive someone if they say it. If they, joking about death, joking about, you know, more personally, suicide is something that you just don't do. And I'm very passionate when it comes to that. And it hits me, hits me right there, because I don't want to see anybody, you know, whether it's people I don't know, people I do know, my friends, my family, um, especially all you YouTube viewers out there. I don't. I would never wish anything like that to you all. Um, I really don't. And it's sad to see to see that happen to somebody and everything, and it's very emotional. And just know that you're not alone. You will never feel like you're alone. Never feel that you're no good, because you are special. You know, even if that one jerk says that you're not, deep down inside, you will always be special, and and you will always be a better person than the jerk that said that to you. So, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Be strong, and let your friends and family be there for you. And even if it's a complete stranger that you don't know, and who who's been through that, who's been down that road. You know, talk to somebody, because you're deep down inside, you are strong, and you only have one life, and you got to make it memorable. You really do. All right. That's a little moment of tranquility for me and everything. I just, just getting that out of my chest there, and everything, because it's how I feel, because I'm a fun-loving guy, and and I'm also very sensitive. So again, when I see some jerk becomes offensive, and everything, and just flat out becomes a jerk. Okay, how come I can't get out of my car? Man, how come I can't get this car out of the garage? Okay. That's weird. That's never happened. Is it because I have a car outside? Probably. Well, there's only one way to find out, right? But yeah, just know.
Hey.
Just know that you will never be alone, and you will always be loved. Okay, so let's find out. Let's find out what the mystery is. The mystery of not getting a car out of the garage there. Garagey. Because this is the car that's going... Oh, okay, so... Apparently, you can't... Normally, you can't switch cars. Apparently, you can't take another car out of the garage. I mean, you can, but so... I mean, I again, I just wanted to get that off of my chest and everything, because, it's still touching, it's still a sensitive topic and everything like that. So I just want to, let everybody know that, I do plan on doing rant videos. I do plan on doing rant videos in the future. It's just that, I still want to do that, that grade thing and everything. And I was supposed to do that last year, or at the beginning of the year, rather. So, that's still a given and everything like that. But, in light of all the things that's going on in politics right now, I'm glad that I'm kind of putting that off until election day, which is probably what I'm going to do the grade system for Donnie and everything. So, because the whole thing there with Brett Kavanaugh and the hearings that's been going on, it's it's turning into a fucking joke. And, you know, and Donnie doesn't want the feds to get involved, even though that there's going to be no choice now in the matter. However, there's a third person that won't be questioned by the FBI. It's just been announced earlier today. And that sounds, to me, that sounds fishy. You could take it with a grain of salt or whatever you want to put that, but with Brett Kavanaugh, you know, but with that, there's something fishy because, you know, the White House doesn't want the FBI to question, to interview this third person. I'm not sure who this third person is, but apparently, if that person is being told from the White House to the FBI, don't interview her, then something's in the punch bowl that should not be there. Just saying, folks. You know, I smell something fishy. You know, something's very fishy if Donald Trump doesn't want the FBI to talk with this third person. And one thing that also upset me, which really was really close to me almost turning on the camera, was the Republicans did not want the Democrats nor the victim, the women,
what's wrong with her now?
You know, after the first day of hearing, was denied their right to free speech. Now, they're denying their right to speak. Now, everybody knows.
If that car was a woman, I'd guess her.
Everybody knows how passionate I am when it comes to the First Amendment. Everybody knows how passionate I am about that, and how how it really does mean a lot to me, because you know you do have your right to free speech, and
that's a beauty right there.
No one should ever deny that right.
Now you've got some juice.
No one should ever deny that right to be taken away from you. And for the Republicans to do so was very, very disrespectful, for number one. Very unprofessional, number two. And darn right sexist.
I'm hoping it's gonna be a nice weekend. I'm hitting the beach.
Because you're denying these women who have suffered a lot. Through their years, and you know, there's always there's always that one person that questions. It's like, and and this is going to segue, of course, into Bill Cosby, which I'll get into in a little bit. But with the fact that there's always that one person who's like, how come it's taking them 30, 40 years to come out and say something if they've been so-called sexually abused, if they've been, quote, sexually abused, and the ones that are saying that, the ones that are really saying that are sexist men who have no respect to the female community whatsoever, to the female population whatsoever. They always say that stupid question, and they don't know what it's like to be in their shoes. These men, these assholes don't know what it's like, of having to live through the fear and torment of being abused sexually, and finally having the courage to finally coming out. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to open up and say, hey, so and so did this to me. And the question is always asked, is like, well, why did you say, why you say something now instead of back then? For once, they need to be. These heartless jerks need to know what it's like to be in their need to know what it's like to be tortured, to be abused, and they have no clue, nor will they ever. And the ones that say that are probably the ones that are doing it. Just saying. So, I'm not accusing anybody or anything like that, but it's just the fact that, if there's asking that question and being heartless about it, instead of being comforting and saying, okay, we need to get this taken care of immediately. And, you got to be somebody like Chris Christie, who's not even allowing a female reporter, female journalist to ask questions, and being talking down to like a battered housewife. And Chris Christie can go fuck himself. Actually, he can kiss it where it smells. Oh, wait, that's right. He's in New Jersey, so, yeah, he should go fuck himself. And, he's nothing more than Trump's lab puppet anyways, so it doesn't really matter. You know, he's like a gopher. You know, he goes for this and goes for that. But the one thing that, you know, that upset me the most is that the fact that Brett Kavanaugh openly says his love for beer. During the hearing that he was in. And I'm like, you know, openly admits his obsession with beer. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? It's like you're gonna go into, you're a supreme you're in the ballot for a Supreme Justice. Supreme Court. And you're gonna say, oh, I love beer. I love drinking beer. No shit, Sherlock. That's something that you should keep secretly. Unless of course you're a recovering alcoholic and everything like that. Then as part of your AA, to openly admit that, you had a drinking problem. But, I mean, if you love beer that much, you certainly didn't have a problem. You're just a dumb drunk. I mean, Jesus. And of course, he went to law school and everything like that. Got his degree and everything, and I mean, I get, I understand that, but I mean, and admitting that that the fact that you drink beer is like, why, if anybody else was in a hearing like that, and and they openly, of course, it's like, oh, you're guilty. It's like, it's... You can't mess around with that. You just can't. And... it's just like, it's just absolutely ridiculous. But with him opening up like that, he must have did something and not, and he must have did something and not know, not knew that he did it. So yeah. I don't want him being the Supreme Court Justice or whatever the fuck it is, the head honcho of the Supreme Court. Sorry, but I want my Supreme Court to be sober. Which is why I will never go into politics, because of the track record that I have. Right, Josh? Josh knows what I'm talking about. I can talk about politics, but I will never be involved in it. I will never run for any office. I will never, I will never do that. Why? Because of the fact that how much I hate politics. And I know everyone's saying, well, why do you talk about politics because I'm a taxpayer, and I address things as a taxpayer that concerns me, which is why I talk shit about Donald Trump, because he is an asshole, which is why I talk about, that I'm going to start talking about Brett Kavanaugh because he's a scumbag, which is why I'm going to be talking, which is why I talk shit about the governor that's here in my state, because he's a dipshit, and I'm glad that he's not running for governor again this year, because if he was, he would be impeached. I just hate politicians who think, who I hate politicians who abuse their power. Donald Trump is a perfect example of how much power he abuses on a daily basis. You all can get mad at me for all I care. The Donnie Trump supporters in particular, but the facts, but facts are facts. And I get why the supporters always defend Donnie, because in reality, they are afraid of the truth. Which is why they quickly get on the defense and say, "Oh, it's fake news. It's fake news." Even Donald Trump is quick to admit that, quick to address it. "Oh, it's fake news. Fake news." Even if he were to call somebody an asshole on live television, if he were to call somebody on live television an asshole, and it was immediately addressed on CNN, Donald Trump would tweet about how fake that report was. That's fake news. I didn't say it, even though it's on tape. "Oh, you're an asshole. Mikey, write that down. Nike, write it down. Yeah, I'm drinking. I'm drunk again. Beer day's going overtime. Yes, right, I'm drinking beer through a straw. In a McDonald's cup. Mikey, write it down. Nike." Mr. President, it's Mike. "Whatever, Nike, write it down." Oh, man. That's why he's quick to defend that. Be on the defense. The minute he says something that he knows he's guilty of saying, he's quick to change that and say, "Oh, it's fake news." That's right, it's fake news. Nike, write it down. I always want Nike to write it down. Gotta write everything down, so I can tell the public it's fake. That's why I do it. How dare Stormy say that my penis is like a tic tac? Yeah, I'm still talking about it. Why? I have no idea. Maybe they finally got vodka at McDonald's now. McMartini. Micarita. Come on, McDonald's, make some margaritas. Call it the McRita. McRita. Now that's a good item I would love to have at McDonald's. Yeah, let me get a large McRita. Sure, that'll be $1, please. Oh man, I'm having too much fun. I love doing this show. You know, everyone still asks me. In my hometown, everyone still asks me, "Is how come you don't do this on cable access anymore?" And I'm like, I need a director, number one, and number two, I just don't have the freedom I just don't have the freedom like I used to, like I do on here. I could talk about, I mean, I always plug stuff all the time on my show anyways, but I just can't mention prices. So me saying, joking around saying, hey, I want to make a Rita, say sure, that'll be $1. Oh, if I just did that bit on television at the cable on cable access, oh, I would get in trouble for advertising. It's like, number one, McDonald's has no intentions of making a margarita flavored, margarita style drink, because number one, they won't have a liquor license because it's a family restaurant. Number two, um, number two, um, it's just like, and everybody knows that it sure as hell will not be $1 if it was a large Micarita. Just saying, it'll be $5. So, so, so for me doing that bit on cable access, I would be in trouble. So, and, and Josh knows full hand of how much trouble I can get. I've been canceled more times than Family Guy. For real, that's no lie. I've been canceled more times than Family Guy, if you can believe that. Oh boy. Josh is nodding his head. Yep. Always pushing that envelope. Don't worry, there's no top five on this one, but I am doing a top five today. So, just not written in the index cards because I donated them to the Oakland Raiders. So, I forget that I'm in a box right there. I forget. Uh, but I do miss the good old days of having like a full body camera, a full camera on there instead of doing this shit. So, but there is a feature on YouTube now where you can officially go live. So I gotta test that out. So, oh no, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, speaking of crazy stories and everything, Bill Cosby. Um, it was announced earlier this week. That Bill Cosby is going to be serving up to from 3 to 10 consecutive years in prison for his sexual assault crimes, spanning from 40 years, 40 or 30 years. And he has been found guilty. I mean, obviously, but if you all remember, I was defending Bill Cosby about this and how passionate I was about my childhood idol for 40 years. Um, Affected me. One of the first cartoons I've ever seen was Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. Um, Cosby Show was one of my favorite all-time sitcoms. I own a DVD of Bill Cosby himself, which was one of my favorite stand-up features. They've had a lot of comedy movies, like stand-up movies, um, that were just in stand-up comedy. Like Eddie Murphy Raw, was one of them. Richard Pryor, um, the original Kings of Comedy, was also a good film. But Bill Cosby himself was one of my favorites. And sorry about that. Sorry. Um, the fact that this hurts me as you know, as a childhood fan of Bill Cosby, it, I just want to pinch myself just to see if I'm, just to make sure I'm not dreaming. And it it does bother me that he had these demons for so long, and the fact that he was able to keep it from the public eye for so many years makes me sick to my stomach that someone I've idolized as a kid um can sound like him, through little bits. I've done them I don't know if I did it on this episode, but oh yeah, I have with I did a top 5 on Bill Cosby, and I did a Bill Cosby thing where I did, like, I might have, I don't know. The only way to find out is check it out. But the fact that, that this was somebody I looked, I was a huge fan of his. As I said, Fat Albert was my favorite cartoon. Bill Cosby himself is my favorite movie, and Cosby Show is my um, favorite all-time sitcom. Now that's going back to Alf. So, um, I'm sorry, Alf, for putting you at number 2. But it just makes me sick to my stomach that you know that he did those things, and the fact that, you know as I said, he was so he was so loved and everything like that, is also really sad too. That that he did, that it happened and everything like that. And it's like, man, we never knew up until now. And Eddie Murphy, going back to Eddie Murphy, I believe it was Eddie Murphy Raw, where he talked about Bill Cosby and how he was saying in this bit. I mean, definitely by all means look it up because it really is a funny bit that Eddie Murphy did. And he talked about how Cosby was offended by Eddie Murphy's stand up. It's like, why you have to, why can't you be clean and everything. And it's like, and I wonder what Eddie Murphy has to say now, knowing that it happened. Knowing that I wonder what he has to say about that. But then again, there was that one time where Eddie Murphy was like, with that hooker. Yeah, that was a mess. That was a real mess. But I'm glad that he was able to recover from that. So that really is great. And Eddie Murphy is a class act, anyways, and he's such a talented actor. Um, Whether you love him, whether you hate him, he's such a great actor. He really is, and I'm glad for that. He just had a child not too long ago too. He just had another child not too long ago, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, damn. It's like, look at you. Here you are in your 50s or 60s or whatever, and you're a father once again, and here I am at age 40 and I have one fucking child. Can you believe that? I'm surprised during my cable access, and Josh can even agree to this. I'm surprised during my cable access run that I didn't impregnate anybody because, wow. I mean, think about it. I was, I was a I was a heartthrob back in the day, and and of course the flirt cam. It's like I was talking with Ryan about that there, Josh. I know you're listening, and I was talking about I was like reminiscing with Ryan about the good old days of cable access with the flirt cam and everything like that, and it was fun. It was good times. Good times. Best damn director and the best damn cameraman. So, oh man, we were a good team. We really were a good team, and I miss those good old days. I really do. But gotta move on and do our own thing, and it is what it is, as we always say. But I just want to do a video. And to just walk into the studio and just like, it used to be my playground. Certainly wasn't my childhood dream. So, so, but yeah, Bill. But yeah, it did bother. It just bothers me now that that Bill Cosby's probably going to spend the rest of his life in jail at age 81. Yeah, that's sad. That really is sad. But it's like I always say, shit happens, then you wipe. Then you flush it down the drain. So, we don't know. Kanye West earlier today has announced that he is changing his name. That he is changing that he is changing that he has changed his name. Excuse me. He has changed his name officially. And he has changed that to 2 letters. Y and E. Y and E. And all I have to say is why. He changed it to Ye. He forgot to add the SH. You know, yeesh. Because why? I mean, I don't give a shit. I'm still going to refer to him as Kanye West. Why? Because Ye doesn't make no sense. It's like it sounds like you're just about ready to hurl. You know when you drink too much? Yeah, going back to the bar and everything. Yeah, going back to the bar with drunk Trump. And it's like I love you. See? No. I love you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna fuck with that name. You know, if I ever see Kanye West, I'm gonna be like, "What up?" It's like, "What's the matter with you?" It's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a little nauseous." Anyways, how you doing? Gotta be careful not to do that anymore because I probably will upchuck in this camera on this video. Yee. Yee. Yeah, it just sounds terrible. It's like, I mean, hey, if it worked for Snoop Doggy Dogg, then if it worked for Snoop Dogg, then Snoop Lion. Let us know how long that's gonna last. We all knew how long that was gonna last. Didn't last 2 seconds. Snoop Lion? Nah, you're Snoop Dogg. Alright. Like I wanna smoke weed with Snoop Dogg one day. Just one, just once. Tom Dog and Snoop Dogg. Snibbity dibbity. Oh boy. How about this Linsay Lohan? Remember her? Remember when she was relevant? Remember when she didn't get punched in the face? Apparently, that's what happened earlier this week. She got punched in the face because she was trying to take a poor woman's kids. Isn't that fucked up? Gonna take a poor woman's kids because according to her, according to Lindsay, she thought that the that the poor mother was that the mother was um harboring her children as sex slaves. Isn't that fucked up? And then on top of that, she was being insensitive with the being 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 insensitive with um by making fun of the culture. She was Israeli or something like that, or Pakistani or whatever. Yeah, she was being. But anyway, she was being very very insensitive with that, and that pissed me off. It was all over her Instagram live feed, and I'm like, wow, everybody, like tons of people got to see her get punched in the face by being insensitive. Wow. It's like, well, it's nice to know that Lindsay. It's like, well, and I was thinking to myself, is that whatever happened to Lindsay Lohan? And I just answered my own question. Oh, okay, there she is, on the ground with her hand on her face, crying her eyes out because she was being insensitive. Why isn't this bitch in jail? I mean, really, 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 really. You know, she is like she definitely needs to be like locked up somewhere. I mean, she's just like fucking crazy. She really is. You know, everybody can call me a pig or anything like that. I don't care. But when it comes to Lindsay Lohan, she's making women into a bad name. I'm sorry. She's setting a bad example to women. Just saying. Which is probably the reason why that the Me Too movement has given up on her. So, like, just let her go. That should still piss me off, that the fact that she didn't get any jail time for a drug overdose in her meltdown state that she was in. And no, I'm not talking about Britney's. She just needed to be, Britney on the other hand, when she had a meltdown and all that. I mean, I'm surprised she didn't get any psych eval for that. I mean, she just like broke down. It's like I felt really. I mean, she didn't need to be locked away or anything like that because she didn't do anything that broke the law. She was just like having a breakdown, and she probably she just needed some psychological help. I felt really bad for her. I really did. But I'm glad that she changed it all around and now is doing shows in Vegas. But it sucks that she's not a showgirl. Motherfucker. I am so bad. I don't care. I love Britney Spears. I do. I do. I mean, I miss her cutting an album and everything like that. She really, she was a talent. She really was. But what made you want to be with Kevin Federline? Oh my God. I'm glad you got rid of him. He was a fucking douchebag. He really is. Oh boy. All right. let's just do this top 5, shall we? Shall we? Alright, I haven't done this in a while. Primarily because of the fact that I don't have really anything to write down for the top 5. Sorry, folks. Sorry to disappoint. But I want to get back into this again because this is a really fun card game, and that's the game against downtime. Um, if you haven't had a chance to pick this up, it's really cool. Um, you really need to check this out, and it's the PRTG Network Monitor. You can check out their website at Pazzler.com. The web address is right there. If I can get that into frame. Pazzler.com. I'm sorry if it is blurry, but this is a really fun game. It's like Cards Against Humanity, right around there, but it's for nerds and IT lovers and pop culture. And I love games like that. I really do. But it's a lot of fun. So what we're doing is top 5 and everything like that. And so I already shuffled the deck, and of course it's already been shuffled and haven't been touched in a while, as opposed to me not getting touched in a long time. So we're gonna do the top 5 that goes with this card. And so here it is. The subject is turning it off and on again didn't help because of blank. So we're gonna fill in that blank with the top 5 best answers. So, and why only 5? It's like I said earlier, I'm not getting paid for this. So, I need to get paid, so help a poor guy out and show your love by subscribing to this channel for absolutely no money down. And how about this? Free publicity. So, here it is. Okay. So, number 5. Turning it off and on again didn't help because of head of marketing. Yeah, head of marketing. Shame on them. Number 4. Turning it off and on again didn't help because of a 22-inch CRT monitor. I don't know how reliable those are, but Okay. Turning it off and on again. Alright, number 3. Turning it off and on again didn't help because of a red stapler. Those who love Office Space will definitely get that. That's actually a pretty damn good answer. Where's my stapler? I'm gonna blow this place up if I don't get my stapler. I think his name was Newman. Newman or Norm. I don't know. I haven't seen. I only saw that movie one. I only saw Office Space one time. I loved it, but I haven't seen it since. I need to go back and watch that movie. That movie is actually pretty damn funny. Okay, so that was number 3. Yeah. Okay, number 2. Turning it off and on again didn't help because of 42. I don't know. Could be Rule 42. And the number 1. And at number 1, turning it off and on again didn't help because of 4-day-old coffee reheated. Wow. And that was your top five. Top five. Top five. Tomfoolery here and live. Doing the top five. So, all right. All right, before we launch this off of Mount Chiliad, I forgot one more topic, which will probably be in the which will probably be the subject for tonight's question uh, comment section. What is your take on Bowsette? Apparently, this has been a thing in Japan for a long time. It's fan art that was made popular in Japan, and it's become a huge thing. It's a Princess Peach it's a Princess Peach Bowser hybrid, and I seen the pictures, and she's actually pretty hot as hell, man. I'm surprised. I really wish that Nintendo would actually market this, because this is actually pretty hot. This is actually pretty cool. So yeah. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. It's like, what do you think about that? Look it up in Google. I dare not. Trust me, you don't. It's like, you definitely want to check this out. You would actually be glad that you did. Okay, so here we go. All right, this is the BJ. That's what they call it. It's the Karen BJ. Bow chicka wow wow. So here we go. Whee! There we go. Wow. Yeah. Um, yeah. Because physics. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Whee! Alright! Game on! Game on! You gotta love GTA physics. I thought I was gonna end the video right there. shit. Boom! Oh! You know, I don't think I got the full force of that. So you know what? I'm gonna wait for the train to come again. Oh no. Oh yeah, it was more down that way. Oh yeah, right here. Okay. Yeah, I didn't really get the full force of that. So you know what? I'm gonna do it. Just do it one more time for good measure. Even though the truck is already, even though it's already fucked up as it is, but just want to get one more good hit. Just one more. Just one more good hit. But yeah, Balset is really hot. Really. Oh, here it comes. Just one more time for good measure. Boom! Oh shit. Yes sir. So, man, this car has seen better days. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nice. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is one sloppy BJ. So, alright, well, I'm looking at the time, and actually this episode went off as long as it could. But, yeah, we are actually going to call it a night here, and we all hope that you had a great time as much as I did. And thank you once again for allowing me to entertain you in your home. And if you missed any of tonight's episode, you know, follow me on Twitter at TomDog247, and check me out on the check out this episode if you missed any of it. You can check it out as soon as the camera turns off. Thumbs up the video, give it a like there, leave a comment down below about what you think about Bowsette. That's the Princess Peach Bowser hybrid for Super Mario Brothers, and about the fan art. Definitely check it out first before you comment down below, or if you already seen it, just comment down below. And ringy dingy that bell so that you can stay notified of when I'm going to be going on next. And more importantly, more than anything else in the world, and I will love you to death for it, be my friend forever, face hug that subscribe button. We will see you all again here next week. Till then, this is Tom Dog saying take care, so long, peace.